Hey Don, guess what? 6 months later, our barrel picks are finally here.
And these two barrel picks have something very special about them, so stay tuned.
Whiskey, take my mind. Let me leave it all behind. Take me somewhere I can find someone to believe.
Hi, welcome to this week's edition of What's New at Charlie's. Well, what's new at Charlie's this week is our barrel picks that we picked out. The Bourbon Fool, Mr. Don Williams, and myself are finally here.
You know, good things come if you wait long enough. You know,
6 months.
That does happen.
6 months, but here we are.
These two are amazing picks, mostly because we picked them on the same day,
Absolutely.
and you couldn't have two more different flavor profiles.
Absolutely. Completely two different things. And the coolest part about it was
Both owners and founders of these two companies were there with us and validated our picks.
absolutely. So that was pretty cool. We got to meet Trey Zoller, and we picked this out with him. And then
John
Little from
Smooth Ambler.
Smooth Ambler in West by God, Virginia.
Yep, second best thing ever came out of West Virginia.
That's what I was looking for. There you go. Yes. First best thing right here. So anyway,
You know, the other thing is not only are the flavor profiles different, but 100 proof, 118 proof.
right.
And both high rye whiskeys, but totally different on the palate. Just really different.
Yeah. So we were. I mean, we went there, and we picked. We went to pick the Jefferson, and we picked that out with our friend Ricky from TJ's Market. Even though he blew us off, and you and me had to do all the work.
That's right.
So we picked this. We had no intention of picking this one, and you know how that goes when you go to the store. So you know how it is when you go to the liquor store and then you end up with too many bottles. Well, that's kind of what happened to me and Don. Funny part is, you could tell the story how we ended up with this guy.
The interesting thing is we were over there talking to John Little about Smooth Ambler and the fact that I had visited there and just...
And I was from West Virginia, and yeah.
Of course, of course. And just basically talking, and there was a gentleman picking in front of us, and he made his selection, and they wrote it up, and he walked away, and John Little said, I can't believe he didn't pick this one. It's the best one out here.
He goes, how do you pass on that barrel?
Right. And basically Charlie said, well, let's try that one.
My ears perked up, and I'm like, well, let me give it a try. And it was fantastic. So, but it has been 6 months since we tried it, so we should probably crack them open and make sure that we did all right.
We
right?
should. We better start with the 100 proofer.
Let's start with the 100 proofer. So this is Jefferson. Like we said, our good friend Trey Zoller was there, helped us pick this one.
And for those of you who have visited Kentucky Artisan, you probably know that distillery has been the home base for Jefferson's for quite some time. But they're building a new distillery in Lebanon, not far from our good friends at Yellowstone.
Absolutely. Fonte and Trey Zoller teaming up, that's a scary thought.
Okay.
Somewhere there's going to be a little local pub there that's probably not going to stand.
It could be interesting. Cheers.
Absolutely. Cheers, my friend. Oh boy, it might be better than I remember it.
It actually gets better every time I taste it.
It does. Lots of vanilla, lots of caramel, that sweet up front, kind of like I always pick.
I'm actually getting more fruit, some deep dark fruit, and we've had a couple people tell us that they get peanut butter on the nose and peanut butter on the palate, and I still don't.
I've not got that, no. No peanut butter.
But I'll tell you what, that is, in my opinion, one of the more flavorful Jeffersons that I've ever had. And I'm not talking about the tropics and things
You're
like
right.
that.
Yeah. Just the good old Jefferson Reserve.
Yeah, Jefferson's Reserve. This one is pretty damn good.
Absolutely. And then we'll go ahead and open up the Old Scout. Second best thing to come out of West Virginia. Here we go.
And for those of you who West Virginia seems like out of the league for bourbon, you know, out of the way, I took a trip there. It's in Maxwellton, West Virginia, not far from the Greenbrier Resort. And I will tell you, good people, really good whiskey, and they make you feel at home. It is really a nice place.
Forgot which glass I poured. I have to test it. Let's see what happens.
You'll know.
I'll know. Oh, that's it. I got the right one.
Immediately, it's a higher rye.
A lot spicier.
This
Yeah.
is a 36 rye compared to 30 for the Jeffersons. And 36 rye is high on any scale.
Yes.
But I will tell you that this has tobacco to me. It has molasses. It has a little smoke. This is what I call a true, authentic, old-style bourbon whiskey.
Absolutely. To me, the sweetness is still there, but the difference is it's on the finish instead of the front end. This one, it starts out with the rye and kind of finishes sweet. This one starts out sweet.
Right.
Yeah.
But this one has a long and lingering finish also. And I will tell you, again, it's 118 proof, but
Yeah.
I don't think it hits you like 118 proof. And
That's easy drinking.
Jefferson's, in my opinion, great sipper.
Yeah.
Would not necessarily mix it too much. This one would hold up to anything.
Oh, this would make a great old fashioned for sure.
It really would.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I think for an afternoon where we only were going to pick one and we picked two, we did a pretty good job.
We did a great job, dude. Yeah. Yeah. If we do say so ourselves, let's pat ourselves on the back. There we go.
You know,
Nice work.
I will tell you, it doesn't hurt when the two founders of the companies tell you, hey, good picks,
Yeah,
guys.
exactly. So, well, hey, Jefferson's share with TJ's Market. If you're not familiar with TJ's, over at what is that? That's Welch and Pontiac Trail.
in
Yep.
Commerce.
Ask for Ricky. Tell him the Bourbon Fool sent you. You'll get a discount.
You just don't say that, please.
No, do it seriously. And then Smooth Amblers. Hey, that's available here at Charlie's. So, and along with the Jefferson. So come in and give them a try. You get a chance this week to try both of them. And like I said, they couldn't be more different. And two excellent bottles at two different ends of the spectrum. So very nice.
And this is a great example of two very high rye mash bills, 36 and 30, that you can try side by side, and it will astound you how different the two flavor profiles are.
I thought you were going to say this is an example of two guys really high going out and buying all the bourbon they could find. That's where I thought you were going with that.
No,
but-
that's not where I was going. But hey,
Cheers, my friend.
good choices,
Good
Charlie.
choices, man. Come check
Cheers.
these out for sure.
Hey,
Thank you.
Thank you.